Then two, as I mentioned already, the handbook prescribes the do's and don'ts.
Okay.
And where you go and commit the don'ts, for instance, when it comes to our examinations, we frown seriously on exam malpractice.
Yeah.
So you know, if you are carrying a foreign material, when you are caught, you'll be disciplined. If so all these are outlined in our policies. When you read them, you will know. Where a student infringes any of these policies, is taken through the processes. I mean, we have committees that deal with the offenses that are committed. So it's referred to that committee, the appropriate committee, and the student is invited to answer. At the university level, everybody is considered to be an adult.
Yeah.
So you know your left from right, and so whatever thing you are doing, you think through it and you do the right thing. So that is how we deal with indiscipline. Another thing is that because, Catholic University is uniquely unique. So you cannot just come to Catholic University and dress anyhow, behave anyhow.
Okay.
Let's face it. There are different dresses for different occasions. The way somebody would dress for the beach will not be the same when you are attending a lecture.
Yeah.
You get it.
Exactly.
Or the way you dress in the house. For instance, when I am in the house, I wear my shorts, I wear my T-shirt in the house. I'm in the house. Relax.
Yeah.
I can't wear those shorts and go to a lecture theater. Just wear and then some lousy T-shirt, and then some of our guys, sometimes some of the students will wear a trouser, drag it down to the buttocks. The panties are all exposed. Some of the ladies, they will wear mini skirts and stuff like that. We at Catholic University, we don't tolerate that.
Okay.
We don't tolerate that.
Do we have a dress code?
Yes, we do have a dress code. There's a dress code. But generally, people are expected to dress decently.
Okay.
And where a student is not doing the right thing, he will be called to order. So if you dress provocatively to a lecture hall, the lecturer has every right to walk you out.
Okay.
But often, because our lecturers are so friendly, they will have a nice way of inviting you to the side and advising you, please, this is not acceptable. But once you come and stay in Catholic University by matriculation, if you are very observant, you will see from the environment that people are decent. Our lecturers dress decently, our students dress decently, and we expect any newcomer to fall in place and also apply the culture of Catholic University.
Okay. Well, this look is painting a kind of a picture. If you have not been into Catholic University of Ghana, this is the first time you're hearing us. Yeah, I think it's painting a picture for you. And it's 33 after 8. We're here doing the conversation on the Sunrise Morning Show at Catholic University of Ghana radio called Wisdom 101.1 FM. And we're fortunate today that we are hosting the university's registrar in the person of Mr. Emmanuel Kwajo Kaba. And a number of things have been mentioned, and you see the answers are very straight on point, tells you how disciplined the university is running. So let's look at this. We're almost winding up. I know your time is busy. You have a busy schedule, but this is also very important because students want to hear from you. Some of them have been here for so many years. I've never heard your voice. So this is an opportunity for them to also listen directly from you. Some of the instructions come from you anyway, but hearing you saying it is a different thing than to read it in the books or in the handouts. What advice do you have for fresh men and women to make the most of their time at Catholic University of Ghana?
Yeah, what I would say is that time waits for no one.
Great.
The opportunity you have today, you'll never get it again. And so make sure that you make good use of your time. The tendency, especially for people, some of the youth who are coming from the senior high school, is for them to forget themselves, because for the first time, maybe
Wonderful.
because how you start and how you make good use of your time will all culminate into your final grades. And it's the final grades that will give you an edge over that friend. I've always been saying that you may be playing along with some politician's child or a rich man's child. You may, and then if both of you are found, or both of you commit a crime and you are dismissed, the next time you know, that child will be taken abroad.
Sure.
And he will return very successful. And you will return home and mess up your life. So, yes, once you are here, you have friends, watch out what you do, and refuse to be lured into bad company. Make very effective use of your time, because time flies. You start level 100 now, before you know you are in third year. And let me add is that the way we compute our FGPAs, your performance counts.
Great.
Your performance counts. What it means is that consistent performance, good performance, is what will lead you to first class and those ones.
Okay.
So if you waste time, or you don't take your academics seriously at any material point in time, and your FGPA, we compute what we call a cumulative average. We will add everything up and it will weigh you down, drop your finally.
It could be that you did not start on a very good note, but I mean, because you came in, you think you thought of, oh, I'm a fresher, and you are messing up.
Yeah.
Until you realize yourself that you are almost in level 300. Now you realize yourself and you speed up. You catch up, your grades are good from level 300 or level 200 to level 400.
But the first few years that you took things for granted and messed up, the FGPAs will weigh you down.
Oh, okay.
Because we add everything. For our computation, we start from the first year, we add everything to get the final grade point. That is why when we are graduating, some people have first class, others have second, upper, lower, third class, and all that, and pass. So concentrate, that's why I said keep focused. Don't think that you can all of a sudden be getting A. No, but excellent performance every year, even if it's B+, then you can be assured of a good class. So don't take things for granted and say, oh, it's first year. This one, as for first year non-score. Oh, as for this one, I can relax. Oh, this one, let's go and chill. Before you know,
that will come and haunt you.
It will haunt you, because we are going to add everything, every level. All the semester grade points averages will be added, and the ultimate average will be, the ultimate FGPA will be an average of all the semester performance.
Put together.
And that will give you your first class, second class, or third class, or even a pass.
We'll let you educate us on the first class, second class, and the opportunities that you do have. If you have a first class, what are the opportunities? If you have the second class, upper, lower, what are the opportunities? Third class, what stands for you? But before that, what university resources are available to help new students succeed? Academically and socially.
Okay. What I would say is that there are two types of, we say resources. So there are two types of resources. We have a number of offices that support students.
Okay.
For instance, we have the Dean of Students Office, where students can easily go. If they have issues, they can go. At the faculty, the Dean's Office is there. The department, the HOD, is another resource that students can go with their challenges. Then, of course, I mentioned the chaplaincy. The chaplaincy.
Yeah, the
Spiritually.
chaplaincy is not just for Catholics. So the chaplaincy is a chaplain for the university.
Okay.
So regardless of your whether you are Presbyterian, even if you are Muslim and you have issues and come to the chaplaincy can help you. Then we have the counseling unit. We have a counseling unit at the Catholic University where you have things that are weighing you down. You know, sometimes we have a sizable student population at the weekend school. Some of these people are married, they have family issues, marital issues, work issues that are weighing down on them. Go to that, we have professional counselors who will really provide you with the needed support.
Okay.
So that is available. In addition to that, we have some scholarships. You know, one of the challenges that our students have is always the financial challenges. With regard to the financial challenges, first of all, I think most people are aware of the student loan trust that's available. So we support them to complete whatever forms that they have to submit so that they can access the student loan trust. Then we internally we have a number of scholarships. We have Professor Shooter's scholarship. We have Sir Mensah Banahini, Fuswaba Mensah Banahini scholarship. Our own Vice Chancellor, he has got a scholarship for some.
Professor Daniel Zobin.
Yeah,
for
a prize. Actually, that one is a prize actually.
Okay.
For best graduating female students in education and all that. So these are opportunities that are there. For the Michael Chutai scholarship is for the brilliant and needy students. So when you perform excellently, there will be a time that will advertise. Normally we will put an open advert for students to apply. You apply, if your FGPA is good, you can easily get it.
Okay.
So when you get that, the tuition for the year is for a year.
Okay.
And then you can recompete the next year.
Yeah.
So when you get it, the tuition for that year will be taken by the university. So we have some of these resources to support students with. And also let me mention that we also have a clinic here, clinic at the hostel. Yeah, it's not a clinic, first aid.
Yeah, like a dispensary?
First aid, infirmary, call it infirmary.
Infirmary, yeah.
Yes, we have an infirmary here, so if in case you have a headache or minor issue that you need first aid, you can go to the infirmary. We have professionals there who can also assist you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Before we let you go, we also came across an ABE, a program. I don't know if you can highlight a bit on that for us. No, that is not why we're here.
Yeah.
But I could see level 4 diploma, level 5 diploma, level 6 diploma that will link you to a degree program. And it's saying that all WASI grades are accepted.
I want to say that the ABE is a UK program. One of the there's a professional body in the UK that is organizing that. So we are in partnership with them, and then students can go through the program with their WASI. So through the series of certificates that they acquire, culminating in a diploma. They are able to remedy, because as you pass, it means you are good.
You're getting
better and better. So at a certain point, when you are able to get a diploma and you come, it's considered like equivalent to any other diploma.
They involved in a way, or do you want to say something to them?
Yes, exactly. What I want to say is that, first of all, I want to thank the parents for their confidence in Catholic University and supporting their awards to attend the school. I want to assure them that they made the right choice.
Good.
And the matriculation day is a big day for the freshers. And I will appeal to all parents to come and support their freshers and be present with them and pat them on the shoulder that, look, we are behind you. You have started a good course and we are solidly behind you. And I think it will boost the morale of the freshers to want to excel. So parents are all invited to our matriculation ceremony, and we'll be glad to welcome them.
Great. Just recently, we saw a program, and I went there to see what was going on. I came across the VC and a number of, including the Dean of Students. And one of the issues they were talking about, I think that was the orientation of SASALT last week, was service learning. And when I listened to the VC on, elaborating on service learning, it was something that was really heart melting. Any light to throw on that particular program being undertaken by the student, by the campus, by the university, service learning?
Yeah, what I would say is that the Catholic University has joined this partnership into service learning education that enables us to apply what we learn in the classroom, in the field, in the communities. So it enhances interaction among our faculty, our staff and students, and the community.
The community which refers to the community where Catholic University is situated, or community of the various students?
It is the community, the region, the community where we are. For instance, anyway, before we even went into that, I know there was a time when Inactus adopted a community and then went and constructed a kiln, taught the community how to bake bread, and identified markets for them. Okay. And the community, people who were without livelihood could now earn a living. And in the process, the students, applied their knowledge in community mobilization, in finding the market. Those who are doing business, how to apply their knowledge in identifying suitable markets and avenues for distribution of their bread and all that. You see? Yeah. So that kind of interaction is what service learning seeks to enhance. Okay. So that whatever we are doing is practical. Whatever Inactus applied were based on things students have learned in the class. Okay. They went into the community, organized the community, provided whatever it takes for the community to earn a living. And in that process, also applied their theoretical skills on the field.
Yeah. What they've learned in the classroom,
yes,
in the lecture halls.
The lecture hall. And then ultimately, so that the output of that was mutually beneficial. It benefited the community and also benefited the students.
Experience-wise.
Exactly. So the service learning is what we want to enhance. We want to ensure that we do more of that. So that is the orientation.
Okay. So indeed, this university is uniquely unique because you're thinking of things that go way beyond academics. I mean, molding the person's moral, spiritually, physical, and all that. I mean, that is great and very worthy of to commend. We let you go. 10 minutes to 9. So your last word to the university community, to the community in which the university is situated, and I'm talking about fear-brained environment, and to the bottom line and to Ghana as well?
My last word, first of all, I want to tell our freshers to take the programs that they are reading seriously, and also to take the respective courses very seriously, regardless of whatever course it is, because the programs have been tailored to achieve a certain end. So if you are, as part of the program, you have to take intro to philosophy, or interfaith. Apply it, learn it as if it is one of the subjects that you must excel.
Great.
Don't take it that this one is just an auxiliary subject. This one is not important. Because ultimately, all these are going to form you, and by the time you start working, people will see you as unique.
Yeah.
And your output will be appreciated over others. So that is very, very important. To the general community, what I would say is that Catholic University is really unique, and our products are excelling on the market.
Exactly.
Yeah, excelling because...
To add to what you just said, I've posted a number of people here, I think last 2 weeks, last week, and most of these personnel, resource personnel that comes on this platform, along the line in the conversation, you realize that, oh, but you know what, I'm also a former student here. And these people are occupying higher positions in different institutions. I brought in Ghana Immigration Service. We got 2 of them coming from here. And what they said is, the presentations we do in our lecture halls is really paying them in their offices now.
Exactly.
So, just to add to what you said, that we are also students here. Today, the whole house is your students. You know, we are all your students, and this is where we are doing our own thing. Yeah. So I think that if anybody is listening today, it is an opportunity having the registrar himself on air for you to hear from the horse's own mouth, and evidence and witnesses abound out there. You can see so many. You can meet so many of them. I remember when I was telling my boss that, boss, I have to quit the GBC and go to Catholic University. He said, Kinte, I don't want to lose you. But I think she told you that if you're going anywhere, I wouldn't let you go. But you know, Catholic University, I can't find them.
Wow.
They are part of me.
Beautiful.
So
beautiful.
You just go and go in peace. Anytime you need my help, just call on me. Yes. And she's been very tremendous help, and you are aware of that.
Yeah, exactly.
That is Christiana Kuma.
Yes.
And happens to be, is it your mate or your
it's my classmate. We're in the same class.
So Catholic University indeed really is performing, and the evidence are clear.
Yeah. So I just want to add that when you want to take a decision about which school to attend, don't look for just a place to get a certificate, because the competition out there is keen. Exactly. And so you must get a certificate that people will not raise questions about. As soon as they see it, oh, as for Catholic, we know them. And that is the name the university has made for itself. And in advising your uncles, your nieces, your children to attend schools, you need to make the right choices so that ultimately your toil will not be in vain.
Wonderful, wonderful. I think you are not only having the skill of being a registrar, but you are also a marketer. So this one, you're really marketing the school. That's great. All right, thank you so much, Mr. Emmanuel Kojo Kaba, for honoring our invitation. It was brief yesterday, very impromptu, but indeed, I was about to send you a text that said it's almost time, or then the door was opening. I said, I saw you coming in earlier before the time, and that is already speaking volumes about who you are. We really appreciate you, and we thank you so much, and we are very grateful to be part of the people that you're molding We are still in your hands because we haven't gone yet. More to come. We are here to study. So we know that we're going to be under your feet for a while. And we appreciate what you are impacting on us. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Eva. I'm looking forward to more frequent interactions like this.
We will.
I'm also, let me use this opportunity to thank everybody. You know, recently I lost my mother.
Sure.
And the support from the university community and the whole the whole township, Sunyani, everywhere. All the people who came, it was overwhelming. And I'm so grateful, very appreciative.
Okay.
Thank you very much for the good work you are doing.
Thank you very much, sir. Okay, the road is ended. That is our nobleman, Mr. Emmanuel Kwajo Kaba, the Registrar of Catholic University of Ghana, highlighting and telling us the importance of opening mass and matriculation, and that if you're a fresher woman and man on our campus, do not dream or think of not attending the matriculation, because matriculation is mandatory for all freshmen and women. And if you do not matriculate, you cannot graduate. After matriculation, also remember that you will need to sign the matricular. You will need to sign the matricular at your faculty. So you go to your faculty, there is a book there, I call it the Book of Life. You go and register your name in there to just announce your presence that, oh, I am also here some. Okay, so one day in the future, when they are tracing that indeed your certificate is valid, your matricular can be a testimony of your presence at a particular university you attended. So please, do not joke with that. It is very important, and it is a foundation, the bedrock of your academic works at the university. A result that brings us to exactly 15:07 after 8, and you still log on 101.1 FM. Wisdom, the wisdom you need in the inspiration you deserve is right here. Let's go for a quick breather. We'll come back with more conversations on the Super Dial. This is the Sunrise Morning Show, weighing in the sunset.
Mame namwase aji iro renters madam Roma enyamwa enkame mamia ye enkonwa canopies eni machine ben ena nkede ye ye me wo fa ase aye free wo mo na ebo ame aji iro renters
adwumakuo bi aba ye frɛ won aji iro renters na ne omo ya ne sɛ unya ye na woni sika kra me patro akoma to yam ko no mo nkyɛn obema abosia a ode be ye ye na nsi hu bia nsi ho afen so sɛ okɔgye aware engagement party adoring enkonwa canopies eni mfiri papa de ona so ye ene wo
minya aji iro renters wase na okan yuma didi a medi bia no wo mo a na medi omukọ
afen so table ne mattress wo de ni nyina bi ma han
minya na asem dese wo ho ana wan kan kyerɛ mi
tento wo se mama wusu ada na osere tie nkyerɛkyerɛ mu awo mu aji iro renters ye adwumakuo bi a bepie mu osunya ndoma na won dwumadi a wodi de adi so odi hye bi na awuo se engagement aware na wo kɔgye party abadin tour ni nyina akɔ won nkyɛn niema wodi di dwuma nyina bi wo ho canopy o tuntum wo kɔkɔ fufuo enso wo ho nkonya hodo bebre a wodi ye dwumadie bia wodi bɛma wo na ade ye se mode kora wo ne mfefuo mu nyina ne se
ya nkasa ye wo ye ka ye didi dwuma ye ba ye nyenne sese ya hyemu kina IG Iro Renters for now under new management
so wonya ye na oje wo ho a enye sikasɛm fam kɔ won nkyɛn obɛma abosia kakra ye mfansi hu bia nsi ye ye ni wie ya na de aba beto ba bia da
wodi animu befa IG Iro Renters a ye bonus side ma wo
oduma se ye presbia sundan no mission house na chiri ho pɛ abrosan kesie bi si ho na IG Iro Renters aso ye ɛwɔ se ba frɛfrɛ 053 600 6376
enye no nko a wobetimi afrɛ 053 200 1363 IG Yadamwase.
Wow, with your bum bunny. Hey, Trena camp pasel, but 3 minutes and nimunyam. Hey, get 3 minutes easy. Hello. Hello, why?
Big sister and our friend Yana.
Anio, I come from every side baby our unity. I mean, whatever I shall you have any tea or hobby.
It's not FSA, dear, papa hairdresser and Sam. Jina Hayana, me who say of free papa hairdresser who appear. It's
Bema Pa, let's make it Chimana FSC.
Anio, papa hairdresser, Ewusumai, Abronsa, Ufra, Nawoko Eco Bank pay, or was through. Sawo pet dreadlocks, and as opes a uboti, se we von crown up as a yamawa, papa hairdresser, or beg amana ye come a park and a name is a man quite a yetru. Se said ye mamma ye a duty. Or say won kun a footray and oil, a buama to me, se one a how, such and for Yaraba, a dear Pia ain't me wama with me funo, with me be foot na IFA, second and dinner. So a pumpum napa, about the son our pana, wasn't a person if we are papa hairdresser, so baby crying ain't me for papa hairdresser, maybe be a because we among, or baby a person we are mount where fena who are you say or burning, papa hairdresser, no best yes you. Frappa power number is so 05566793979. Papa hairdresser, I who feel.
It's just a bank run, I make it to the radio. And your bank run, I meant to train in me. My board, I'm on the radio.
Yari many pass on it biaso. Au hunimpa wungun. And neya kidney yaria be hunhui. Nayan timintia dialysis kay. Sreso Natural Health Care Clinic. I was 1 year. Who kidney problem. And the abo kidney hobai was Sreso Natural Health Care Clinic. And son a too late cry. And your kidney kwao. Hepatitis A, B, C. Diabetes. Hunamani yariwabi. And skin diseases. Wakuma yari. Hypertension. And tiadi a friend migraine. Tibeti me jaw bibibayo. Sexual weakness. Obani bema muntiminwo, fibroid, tumor, and now liver problem, asthma, stroke, cancer, infections pain, and now was yare, sickle cell, and then yare, menstrual problem, emudia hein, mama odia so, you 1 year your friend Sreso Natural Health Care Clinic. You abisim kwaiso, Dreamfield Junction wa, Abrunsan Kesi Sim Sabenkumno, Wane, Sreso Natural Health Care Clinic. Friend 0242 119 807 020 8114 035 and 055 75 74 250. Sreso Natural Health Care Clinic. Ampa Hanwa Pom Din Shas. Sreso Natural Health Care Clinic. Total health and wellness.
Fifi, what are your plans after WASI exam?
Oh, Ajwa, I don't know. My parents are not sure what I should do after senior high school. What about you?
Hey, Fifi. As for me, I have bought admission forms for the Catholic University of Ghana.
Catholic University of Ghana?
Yes, the Catholic University of Ghana, CUG in FIAP. CUG runs programs in business administration, procurement and supply chain management, accounting, economics, human resource management, nursing, midwifery, public health nursing, computer science, information technology, journalism, religious studies, education, MPhil in public health, postgraduate diploma in education, PhD in management, business administration, education, diploma and certificate courses. My brother, CUG school and hostel fees are affordable with flexible payment terms.
Wow, thank you, Ajwa. My parents will have to buy Catholic University forms for me right now. How do I get CUG forms?
CUG application form is available at all Ghana post offices, Catholic Secretariat, all the campus at FIA Presignani. You can also apply online at www.cug.edu.gh or download the application form from www.cug.edu.gh. Qualified applicants with WASI, SSC, GBCE certificate and WASI student awaiting the results can apply. Matheo applicant of 25 years and above can apply. For further information, call 0352 094 658, 0533 735 703 or 024 926 0857. WhatsApp number 024 926 0857. Catholic University, home of academic, technical, and moral excellence.
Wow, Majwa, CUG indeed is uniquely unique. All right, so welcome back to the Your Super Dial, your university radio, Wisdom 101.1 megahertz and 101.1 megahertz, and that is located at Kala University of Ghana, February. So the time checking the studio is exactly 5 minutes after 9. And the biggest conversation today, we're talking about tax. Halt the mass dismissals of workers. This is an appeal coming from the Trade Union Congress, appealing to the President of the Republic, John Dramani Mahama. And it reads, the Trade Union Congress, TUC, has called on President John Dramani Mahama to immediately halt the ongoing termination of public sector appointments. They warn that the mass dismissals could have devastating effects on young Ghanaians and tarnish the country's democratic reputation. In a statement, the TUC criticized the revocation of appointments, particularly affecting teachers, nurses, and other professionals who have spent years pursuing education and struggling to secure employment. And I have the letter here, which I want to read that. It says, okay, let me have a look here. Okay, right, bigger on this. And it says that Trade Union Congress Ghana press statement. Revocation of appointments and recruitment made after 7th February 2020, made after 7th February 25th 2025, no, made after 7th December, right? I think that is what he's talking about. Okay, let's read the content itself. On February 10, 2025, the Chief of Staff, Honorable Julius Deborah, issued a letter to all heads of government institutions under the caption revocation of appointment and recruitment made after 7th December 2024. Yeah, so I'm right. In the said letter, the Chief of Staff stated that all appointment and recruitment made in the public services of Ghana after 7th December 2024 are not in compliance with established good governance practices and principles. Do we have an established? Okay. On the basis of this, the Chief of Staff proceeded to ask heads of government institutions to take necessary steps to annul any such appointment or recruitment. Following the directive, we have received reports of mass revocation of appointments, including appointments that were done before December 7, 2024. In some of the organizations, people who have been on contract for 5 years or more and whose appointment were only regularized in December 2024 have been terminated, losing even their contract status. This must be heartbreaking for these young men and women who are likely to be entering the labor market for the first time. The TUC has closely monitored the spirited public discourse on the appropriateness or otherwise of the directive. We find the directive by the Chief of Staff very problematic, to say the least. Not only is his directive open to abuse, but we find it extremely difficult to understand how government could describe all appointments or recruitment made after 7th December 2024 as not in compliance with good governance practices and principles. The text says the issue of midnight appointments recruitment has been a recurring practice that has alternated between the NDC and NPP. A statement from the NPP and NDC on this matter clearly demonstrates their insecurity or insincerity and inconsistency in their pronouncement and policies. In 2016, when His Excellency John Dramani Mahama met with the Ghana Catholic Bishops Conference after the election, he insisted that he remained the president and was responsible for steering the affairs of the country until he officially hands over power on January 7, 2017. He appointed new commissioners for SRAJ, NCCE, and a new Auditor General. He even increased allowances for national service personnel. And that's evidential true. The NPP vehemently protested and condemned these actions by President Mahama in a statement on December 21, 2016. The head of the NPP's transitional team, Yao Osafo Mafo, described Mahama's appointment as most disappointing and exhibits bad faith. Today, the NPP has gone exactly what it strongly condemned in 2016. The NDC is not only condemning what the NPP has done, but it is taking measures that are leading to the termination of thousands of employments of mostly young Ghanaians, some of whom have gone through the appropriate recruitment processes to ensure their first job. The TUC called on His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to stop the ongoing termination of appointment in the public service, the mass termination of employment of teachers, nurses, and others who have been educated at great cost to their families and the nation, and who may have stayed at home for years struggling to obtain employment, can be devastating for these young men and women. It is a plot on our democratic credentials. It can also completely sap the patriotism of these young men and women, and that is perfectly true. We expect President Mahama to stop the country from sliding further down the partisan slippery hill. Just like the amnesty the president has granted to individuals who were recruited by the previous administration and who are currently undergoing training with the various security agencies. We urge the president to grant all appointments done by the previous administration similar amnesty. This will be the greatest political settlement of the Fourth Republic. It will ripple in eternity and reset the policies of Ghana. Signed, Joshua and Secretary General, and the date is February 24, 2025, Accra. I think that this is a good call. And the story continues that the union stated that these dismissals not only jeopardize livelihood but also undermine the patriotism and trust of young citizens in the country's governance system. The mass termination of employment of teachers, nurses, and others who have been educated at, okay, I've read that. The TUC concerns follows a directive issued by the Chief of Staff, Julius Deborah, on February 10, 2025, instructing all government institutions to revoke appointment made after December 7, 2025. The directive claimed that such appointments were not in line with established good governance practices and principles. As a result, reports have emerged of widespread job losses, including among individuals whose appointments were finalized before the stated date. Is this called witch hunting? Is this called what? All right, I'll come for your opinion anyway. The union further urged President John Dramani Mahama to prevent the country from descending into what it described as a partisan slippery hill. It points out that while the president granted amnesty to security recruits from the previous administration, a similar approach should be extended to all public sector appointments made before the transition of power. This will be the greatest political settlement of the republic and will ripple in eternity and reset the policy of Ghana, the statement added. Bro.
Yeah, bro.
It is very sad to spend so much money in this country, educating yourself, and after education you'll be staying home after national service for many years, if you're not lucky, before you can even see a salary. You become a burden to your family after spending so much money in school to educate yourself. Elsewhere, when you get to your final year, all roads lead to success. And success indeed, because your pocket is going to be filled with some allowance salaries and all stuff. But here, the part of this world is where you finish school and you start thinking of what and where to start. And I think that it is becoming unbecoming of our leaders as to not to think outside the box, but keep on bringing policies that are not yielding results, of creating more jobs so that people from the various universities can easily usher themselves into something valuable, something that they can make ends meet. And so after school becomes a problem, another headache. It is a headache going through the educational ladder. It is a headache graduating and also trying to find a job. And then this is the case when you get a job, political reasons will just bring you back home to square zero. I mean, this is a disservice to Ghanaians. And this is our homeland, Ghana. We have no place to go.
So I am very happy you mentioned that elsewhere. The moment you are done with school, I mean, companies will have to come in for you. I mean, job request will be put in, and then you make your choice.
At level 300,
yes,
going to level 400, companies will be trooping into the university, trying to get the best students. So that is even an incentive for students to try to get to excel academically, because companies will cut the eye of companies. So the last time we met the newly nominated or new minister of the region, Mr. Akwabua, I said to him when we were given the chance to ask, contribute and ask questions, I told him how he's linking the academia to the industries, because we have few companies in the enclaves of Semiane, Bono, and its environment, and he also promising of bringing more factories to turn the cashew, apple, and other products in the region into a finished product before exporting them. So that eventually will create jobs. So I was asking that how is it blending or bridging the gap between the academia and that of the industry, so that there will be that collaboration, there will be that link, so that the industries will know what type of students are coming out, and also collaborate with the university authorities as to what courses to to incorporate into their academic work so that it will be relevant to feed the industry. So, and his answer was very positive. I think this is a way to go to solve the unemployment issues.
Yeah. Here is the case. We have fewer jobs, and those fewer jobs that could, take in some individuals, we're trying to, dismiss them as well. I'm very much surprised the president is going on this tangent because with his, his policy of resetting Ghana, rebuilding,
exactly, and that's what people are calling
Ghana, then we expect that he should do things that wouldn't undermine other people. Like I always put it, no individual is more Ghanaian
than the other.
We are all Ghanaians.
Good one there.
I mentioned a couple of weeks ago that even where you say that the mandate of the president has ended, and so he doesn't have any authority to kind of recruit new people into the system, where lies the case of members who were recruited in September? There were some individuals who were recruited in September.
Some of the nurses and teachers were not recruited on 7 December or after 7 December.
Exactly. So what is the government trying to tell us? I am very much happy the TUC has come up with, very stringent measures as to how the president should go about, this whole thing.
I think, you see, they just supposed that of the NDC and that of
the NPP.
You all did the same thing.
Yeah.
So with your slogan of resetting Ghana, you might come in and do something different. Something different, what do I mean by something different? We had the president setting up a committee to relook the constitution. And I was of the view that, okay, then that clause of 7th December, obviously talking about, 7th December to say 7th February. Let's do something about it. Resetting Ghana, that's your slogan. Resetting Ghana. So let's do something about the constitution to reset it in a way that no government will go wayward from 7th December to 7th February. By 7th February, a new government is in place.
Exactly.
So decision from 7th February is bind on the current president. So if you don't do this, and you go ahead to dismantle what is being mounted, then it's kind of a dent in your own. I don't know how to put it for it. Like, I don't want to say words that it's not air friendly, but I think that dismissal shouldn't be the option, but rather to go to the roots. The root of this problem is the mandate of the president that extends up to 7th January. And there is no clause in the constitution making it illegal or unconstitutional
for any
government to do so, which you did, and the NPP complained. They threatened of dismissing them, which they were advising they didn't. And now you came, and they did the same. And now you are now cracking the whip.
What makes the whole thing even more dangerous is that it isn't only the public sector alone. It is now gradually eating into, some private sectors, because the NEP and all those areas are not under, the public service. So you realize recently, the NEP also came out to say that there are some, staff that they needed to be suspended because
people will take advantage of the move from the president.
Even national service has also started. So I believe the president should kind of rethink and then sit with his, appointees, speak to them, find a way of dealing with the whole situation. Other than that, a chunk of Ghanaians are going to lose their jobs. And looking at the economy now, it isn't so favorable.
Losing job is not an option. Losing job is not an option. This time around, if you can create more, you leave it the way it is.
Yeah.
Because, these nurses and teachers, we know how long they've stayed at home.
Yeah.
And when the NPP came into power, there were a chunk of nurses at home.
Yeah.
They tried to absorb some of them into the system.
Yeah.
And I bet you, today, there are hospitals, there are schools that have no teachers. So what are we doing to ourselves? This is politically motivated, clearly. So it defeats the father for all impression you're trying to create to Ghanaians. You're trying to create father for all, because I can see some other politically affiliated individuals in his government, and some members of the NDC were complaining. So that is an impression to say that Muhammad this time round want to be father for all. And father for all, you will not let some of your kids who are already on the dining table to go and sit on the floor without food.
Cry for hunger.
I mean, it totally defeats what he is trying to achieve. And I'm very disappointed.
Can you imagine a young man employed into, the education service? He's taken his luggages, gone to, say, Tamale or Wa, and then you ask him to come home.
Come home.
I mean,
to come and say what the fact.
So I mean, it doesn't really augur well. It doesn't.
I hope that the president will pay heed to the TUCs, because we are all Ghanaians and we all deserve to be served. You see, this morning the message you read about the headline you read about the Ghanaian students in Canada.
Yes.
And I was about to say that our diplomatic front should also be up and doing. Some of these things, students get to foreign lands and they need the assistance of the consulates. Some of them get frustrated. And they had no option than to run from school.
Exactly.
And our citizens out there somehow are not very well taken care of. I can tell you, because I'm speaking from experience. I was not a student, but so far as you're a Ghanaian and you get out of this country, reps, consulates, and embassies that are scattered across the globe should be your home, your first home, and should be places that you go to find comfort, to solicit help from. But it's unfortunate that most of our consulates are not performing to standard. I'm not saying they are not performing at all, because I believe that I got stuck with passport and Vietnam doesn't have an embassy, but we had an embassy in China. And the ambassador then was one Nana something. And I got in touch through somebody. And indeed, he came to Ghana and brought me passport to Vietnam. So some of them are performing. But some other jurisdictions, you go to the embassy and you solicit help and they tell you there's nothing to help you. They are handicapped, and actually they are under-resourced.
It's unfortunate.
So
really
you realize one person from the US comes to any country in Africa, in Asia, and something happens to you, and you see the home affairs rising to the occasion. We want to tell you that you can't touch an American citizen anywhere on this planet. And that is how countries should be so much concerned to, so far as their citizens are concerned. So that is outside. And there is a saying that there's no place like home. So if you are not treating Ghanaians well out there, and when we come back home, you're spending nothing on us. Allow me to work and serve Mother Ghana so that I can get my daily bread. And you deny me from this birthright. Then what else do I have as a Ghanaian?
The whole situation boils down to this unemployment thing, because you come out of school and you have nothing to do, and so you think the only means to kind of make ends meet is to move outside the country, and then you get there and you get frustrated along the line.
Most of them are not actual students.
Yeah.
Most of them are not actual students, but the quest to travel is the whole thing.
Yeah.
Some of them are using the nurses opportunity. You know, now nurses have the advantage of going to the UK to be these health workers and stuff like that. So people are taking advantage of it and getting to the UK. So they get there and you'll be ushered into a clinic, or you'll be ushered into a home to take care of the aged. And you have no clue. Even they will give you a orientation. You see, when you are a health personnel in Ghana, you have been taught the basics. You practice. You went through school. So you are professional. So if you go to a system that is a little bit quite different from the home practices, it takes you a very short time to adjust. But if you have no knowledge at all on that field, say a carpenter or a mason or a mechanic, claiming to be a wife of a nurse or claiming to be a health personnel, and getting to the UK to work at the least part is private agent person who has contracted the NHS to give a service. So the hospital will go through an agency. The agency will now employ you to take care of an individual in his house, and you will be there alone, taking care of, let's say, 90 years old man who is a bed rest sick. How will you do that? So when they look at all these things that they cannot do, they just run away from the original documents that they used to travel. And now they become like illegal illegal migrants, because they will throw their original documents away because the companies will be looking for them. And they will go elsewhere doing something else. You see, likewise the students, some of them went there on the ticket of students, but they are not actually going to school, so they end up going somewhere. But if the embassies are working, these things can be controlled. You know, the embassies should be on their feet and get these people, so there will be alternative for them, and they wouldn't be declared just like being declared this way. Or the embassy will find a way diplomatically to resolve it, rather than to dub it in the news. It is not an image that Ghana wants to put on. It is not bad. It is not good. So when it comes like this, other countries will be, throwing more light whenever you bring in the Ghana passport. They will be asking more questions as to whether or not to give you Ghanaian visas to their country or not. So it is not good.
Well,
we want to be feeling more Ghanaian when we are home. So if I'm employed by Party A and Party B comes to power and says that no, you are no more Ghanaian, you should go home and bring more NDC people who are more Ghanaian to come and work for Mother Ghana.
It doesn't speak well.
We are not getting it right. We're not getting it right. There is something I also want us to talk about that has to do with the what do you call it? Asset declaration. I don't know. I see Ghana, when something comes, we just pick it and talk, and after a while we just drop it and we sweep it under the carpet. This thing all ought to be in the reformation of or amendment of our constitution, and we should not stop talking until we have something substantial done about it. Because politicians and decision-making bodies of this country only hear to those who make the most noise. So if you stop making the noise, then the same thing goes and come back again unresolved. What you are trying to talk about is that we should get it as part of us, not only for at the public sector, but even the private sectors.
Yeah.
Today, Canada Japan will tell you that it's not that people don't have money to open companies or jobs, businesses. People have chunk of money sitting in their homes.
Yeah.
They want to open up something. As young as I am, I've opened 3 times. I mean, it would be like a limited sort of small company that I wanted to run in Sunyani. Ask me, where are they? I tried with the transport, it didn't work. I tried with mobile banking, it didn't work. I tried with another venture and the experience is worse.
Yeah.
So now, if I have money, I'll put it in my bank account.
You know, people have certain intents when they are going in for jobs. There are people who actually go in there to dupe, to loot. That is their mandate.
So as soon as you employ a fellow Ghanaian to your call limited liability company or say any firm that you're trying to establish, the first thing is that the person comes in with the idea to steal because he thinks that you are not being fair enough of paying him or her how much you're paying him. And for that reason, there should be a way of extorting money from whatever proceed that they are making without you knowing. So at the end of the day, the meager that you pay him or her will be added up to whatever he has stolen. And that becomes a ransom for him. So this attitude is actually preventing almost everybody from opening up a firm or a business in this country. And so those who have the money will continue to keep their monies, and those who are looking for jobs will never get jobs. So what I'm saying is, we should not only target public officials of declaring their assets, but we should also come to the private sectors, the private individuals, those who are opening businesses, those who are employing, should also employees to declare
the assets.
So when as a point in time, you know how the financial secretary from somewhere else, not Ghanaian. Any vantage, transpire or